God has sent devil down, many angels fell with him. That's exactly what will happen. So please, I'm begging you. You have done marvelously well, every one of you. When Majeka lọ́wọ́ ẹ dákun. Say and she too. You're going to get results. In the name of Jesus. God bless you. I rest my mic for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mama Idris, for that submission and wisdom. More wisdom on you. Is it Mr. Ishak? Okay. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay, the floor for me now. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Have you seen the statement?
Yeah, I've seen the statement.
Okay.
Yes, you want me to start from the statement? Let me recognize my people first.
Yeah,
I want to first of all recognize everyone on this platform. I will start from the silent watchers, the commenters, then to the barristers, the Tazans, the Mommy Rich Grace, Mommy Rianu, Yeye, Mr. Goresi. I want to thank you all for your support. And just like you I think you brought up the issue of the write-up. Maybe if you want me to start from there. For me, we should expect more of this from your showroom. But I thank God that we have overcome in your showroom. And is gaslighting meant to create mistrust and question our perception and sense of judgment? We also fail. It has failed before. This will fail. And more of it that will come from him will also fail. I want to repeat. We should expect more of this. Because we have overcome. And this man must continue to, you can't move on, must continue to gaslight so that we, or those who are weak, will be tempted to question their perception, their stand, their sense of judgment. Sense of judgment in chasing him away. Sense of judgment that have also chased those who share his belief, of those who are together with him, that have been able to push them back. They want us to question that. And I'm happy as we process our emotion. I know that the truth in us, our intention, genuine intention, will bring us back home. Let me start with what we are doing presently. Assessment of events is good. Once in a while, we need to review what we see. That's not even about the initial, even about other. We can pick an issue, we can pick something to just react to. But as we are processing our emotions and learning from our experience, I also pray that we become more strategic in dealing with the issues. There are inherent risks when we are fighting justice. There are inherent risks that are environmental and non-controllables. The choice of Muyiwa as at the time of his appointment was a natural level of risk that presented itself in the process. So we shouldn't see it as if whether Baba Mbada made a mistake. No. It was a choice that was made at a time that decision was necessary. But that choice has some risk. And that's why I said those risks are inherent. And today, I can now, as we review, we can see that the inherent nature of that risk to the activities of this justice. And that is why we are reacting. But as we are also reacting and processing things, we should kindly differentiate between tactical and fundamental errors. Tactical and fundamental mistakes. What has happened on the pathologies or whatever are not flaws that can underlie or that can, discount or reduce our principle or assumption of the force that should drive this justice. But just like every other issue, we have to react to it. But they are not fundamental. Because none of us here, I would say, even including Baba, has made a fundamental error. But they are tactical. Because as we got to the field fighting justice, we'll be making decisions that are beyond our control. So when we are reacting, we shouldn't see ourselves as losers. We have not lost the war. We are in the season of Easter, and I'm happy we take that lesson. The lesson of hope, the lesson of resilience, and the lesson of promise. I also want to draw our attention to the great prophet Muhammad. His experience in the battle of Uhud. He lost the battle of Uhud to the Meccan, the Abu Sufyan. But he took a lesson. A lot of people saw it as maybe a setback in the campaign. But what happened? That was a lesson of leadership. A lesson that one should learn from disobedience. A lesson of steadfastness in the face of adversities, in the face of manipulations. The late revolutionary leader, Nelson Mandela, will say, I never lose. I either win or I learn. What we all embrace in Aloba is the truth. It's a life of responsibility. This habit of truth is self-evident and requires no embellishment. The truth needs no deputy. Truth needs no Anthony. The power of Anthony we are talking about today is an administrative convenience. The power of Anthony, did it drive any of us to go and embrace Muyiwa? Did it drive any of us to be shouting Muyiwa? Did it drive any of us to be asking for Muyiwa's number? Did it drive any of us to be... Muyiwa is not the force. The force is the truth that we see in Aloba. Truth needs no power of Anthony. The power of Anthony is just for administrative convenience. And if we assess the situation today, event has also overtaken that. Even every time Baba come out, we have people who interpret what Baba say. Is there anything that Baba cannot even say by himself? If he speaks in Yoruba, we have interpreter. He can speak English, people will understand his message. If he speaks in Pidgin, people will understand his message. Is there anywhere Baba cannot go and represent himself? He has a legal representative that are always with him. So that legal representation is enough. So for us to now be talking about the power of Anthony, there's this and that, I think event has also overtaken that. But that does not mean we will not look at the past, because this past can come back to haunt us. For people asking for receipt or one or two things, they need to ask for it, so that record can be set straight. So that some will not come back tomorrow and change the narrative and use it even against some of us on this justice for Mohbad. But that should not be the focus. What has happened, or the gaslighting of Eniyan should not bring the anger in us. Should not distract us. Eniyan is just crying. He will weep forever. If anybody is talking about corruption, they should go to EXPØŠ3D prove it now. Then go right tire. What is the EFCC that somebody is dropping here? EFCC don't go look their traditional rule and yash. EFCC don't know. EFCC don't help us collect Mohbad royalty or the money where they hold Mohbad. Where they say they hold, they will pay later. Are they accounted for it? So which EFCC? Now spirit today EFCC, not human being. They drop EFCC as if EFCC are not a human being, as if EFCC are not as. These are, but when we are looking at, we may not even accuse anyone of corruption yet. There's a difference between corruption and mismanagement. Even if we go to EFCC, some of us can see some mismanagement here. We can see the incompetence and improper management of resources. And that is enough to bring out anger in people. Because some people have not seen justice and they are committing resources. It's not only financial resources, sleepless nights. So why would people close their eyes to this inefficiency and waste of resources? They're fighting justice, and somebody has a mind to be throwing money at the system without getting results. So people asking for receipts, they have the right. But please, don't let it be our focus. The enemies who want us, as they are beating the drum, we should not sing along. We should be the master of our own strategy. I want to beg all of us, and I want us to see the light, just like Mommy Rich Grace has said. I can see it. No matter how they try to manipulate, I can see it. We have enough evidence to prosecute this case. We can also push for more. We can also push for more. So we shouldn't react as if we are desperate, we are not looking for, unless we get this, unless this is the only way out. No. No. People have people reaction to what has happened. It's justified. I don't expect people not to be angry at this moment. But whatever we have seen today, I'm telling you, some people seen it months back. But we should thank ourselves. If we did not overtake at the time that we did, what we are saying today, we know we get out to. So we should thank God. But what we are saying are just the consequences of some inactions or actions in the past. That's why I said they are inherent. None of us saw it coming. So let us continue to be focused, at the same time to shine our eyes. Reason why I will support what people are doing now is because it's part of shine our eye. So that somebody will not come tomorrow again and repeat sin. Somebody will come and take us for a ride. Somebody won't think because of blood relations, or if we can say let them take Adura if Adura is involved. If Mr. Muiwa is now found wanting, well, are we not going to cover Mr. Muiwa? And Mr. Muiwa cannot say no. I can. If people are reacting, you have to come out. You have to let people know what has actually happened. Or the national can even tell us now, if you want to probe some people's mind, we can even tell you that he has never received a cover from Baba. So people, the enemies will not say, so all the money we gave to Aloba, he did not even pay a lawyer. He ate the whole money. That is to tell you what a national is doing. A national is not looking for, where can I throw my own punch? Where can I throw my punches? My jab here. Let me see where I can even. That is what he's doing. We can react. But as they are reacting, let us also whip or knock Eniyan, and at the same time, let whoever has been a friend of Eniyan, who is now caught in the web, let them also feel the itch. It's a lesson, and we are learning. Let us take the lesson. Let us take the good lesson, because I emphasize the fact that we are even in the season of learning. A season that we should see, hope for a new life. That is the essence of Easter. It's a new life. So let's use that opportunity to also reflect and learn. And just like I said, is defeat at war front can be interpreted to be a lost battle, but doesn't translate to a lost war. We cannot lose this war. We cannot lose this war. So let's take this as a lesson of obedience, unity, and let us also reflect on the nature of victory that we desire. Thank you.
Thank you so much, best caller, for that wonderful submission there, talking about Battle of Hood and also administrative convenience, just as it was done in the colonial era, the indirect rule by the colonial masters on the Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. Nigerian also, he said the battle has not been lost. When the Battle of Hood was lost, the other next battle, it was won by the prophet. And we need to continue to stand firm. There will be some negative thing during this course, and we can dwell on the positive, which I said on Friday that the fact that the driver and the doctor say one or two things, we have a good case. Regardless of the autopsy and toxicology, we've got a good case, and we will continue to fight on that. I'm going to bring the next person to speak. That should be Barrister Oluwatosin. Are you ready?
I think it should be me, sir.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I greet everybody, all the panelists. I greet you respectfully. The commenters, I salute you all. I'm just going to make my contribution very brief because the meat of all of this has already been laid out by the previous speakers who have spoken well and has highlighted what is important in what we are now learning. This fight for justice for Mohbad have had several critical turning points in it, and I just want to cast our mind back to a couple of them, And one of the initial turning point was the Baba's BBC interview. It was a critical turning point. Another one that I can readily remember was when this same Barrister Odumosu was called Baba and told Baba to pick up the call of Karimo. That created another turning point, even up to the point where Joseph Aloba had to make a critical decision. And that decision came right on air. I'm sure all of you will remember that episode of Alagidi Padi Alagbara. Since that time, so I said all of that to bring us to last Friday. Last Friday also represents another critical moment in this fight for justice. I mean, going by the testimonies of the driver and the doctor, So here we are again with the information that we have about Odumosu. It has also brought about another critical turning point here, which will require very, very deliberate, intentional decision, which will ultimately come from Baba. And as a result, it is important that we all pray for Mr. Aloba. He is a man of wisdom, he's a man of knowledge, a man of patience, a man of character, a man of deep understanding, a thoughtful man, a man who don't speak anyhow, a man who don't take decisions anyhow. So at this critical turning point again, he will have to make a decision. And so he needs our prayers. We need to keep him in prayers, and we need to continue to support him. Because at this stage, something has to be done in order to protect the corporate interest of this fight. So I just want to implore all of us to keep that man in prayer, because Muiwa, Baba is at a very difficult position right now where he has to take a decision. So we will pray for him for courage. We will pray for him for wisdom. We will pray for him for all of the strength that it takes to take the right decision at this critical point again as we move ahead. And finally, I would like to say that, you see, as Miria said, a power of attorney simply means act on my behalf while I'm away, incapacitated, not reachable, act on my behalf. And Mr. Ishak talked about they talk about some fundamental mistakes and strategic mistake and all of that. So if you look at this issue of this POA, I think it was fundamental oversight that somebody who is not within the jurisdiction where the matter resides would have been appointed as a POA. Baba is here in Nigeria. The matter resides here in Nigeria, and the POA resides in America. If Baba's attention is needed urgently, Baba can get there, So even one of the reasons why we were, asking questions, how is it that an attorney representing Baba is not in Nigeria? He can't come to Nigeria. I don't know if Muiwa has visited Nigeria since we started this journey. I don't know if he had visited, how many times he has visited. So this will be some of the things that Baba will have to take a look at critically as we move forward from where we are right now. So let us not forget, Friday was a great day. Friday was a great day that came with great revelations, that today it has shattered and busted the bubbles of all of the liars that are embedded in this fight. All the liars, all of those who have, tried to change and misrepresent the facts. The driver said, they called me at 9 o'clock on Tuesday saying I should report myself to the police station. My boss called me around midday and told me Mohbad was already gone. That is it. That is it right there. It's a huge turning point that takes this case back to the drawing board. So we want to ask, so who did the nurse inject? Why all the lies? The driver said, I stood and parked my vehicle in front of the house. Nobody left while I was in that house, in front of that house. The driver corroborated Prime Boy's testimony, Spending's testimony, that there was a fight in the car from the house to the show, and then from the show to the house. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Baba will take the necessary decisions. We will continue to pray along with him and support him. But this fight, inshallah, God is going to grant Mr. Aloba the justice that he seeks for his son. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tazan, for that concise. For that concise submission. Well appreciated. Boys, are you there? Seems you're having network issues. Boys, we are still discussing the recent development. It's not troubling. But earlier on, it was like pandemonium. There and there, calls, messages, as regards the certain word, the autopsy was done free of charge. It was not taken out of Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. And, we need to, I was asking someone that called me. I said, can I see it? Once I see, we opened the live now, we read it, and I found out that there's nothing to be worried about as far as I'm concerned. of Nigeria, blah blah blah, and we need to I was asking someone that called me. I said, "Can I see it?" Not something. We opened the live now. We read it, and I found out that there's nothing to be worried about as far as if you have scores to settle with some people, go and do it. But you don't have any score to settle with Yusuf Aloba. Yusuf Aloba, I know someone, and they must continue to debunk some of this crap that is happening on just for Mohbad. For those that are calling about EFCC, I said the other one, they can go ahead and do that. On the GoFundMe, I think they've done accountability. If they're not okay with it, so we just go to court. If you have to go to court about it, let's go to court. Carlos see court, Carlos Kpaii. That's the only thing that I can do about it. They don't say you can do about it. I don't control the family. I don't control Baba Mohbad. All I do is to come here, strategize, do what I want, say what I can say to help, and because of justice. And that's what every one of us that is here, we are doing. We are not calling the shots. We can only do what we can do. And some people were doing it back in the day. And they were doing it, nobody attacked them. So people were even dying about Mohbad. They were calling him almost every day. Even the Power Anthony, they were talking, they were strategizing, they were in a group, they were doing things. And someone like me never came to attack any of them. Someone like me never even said it was wrong. So I see no reason why those that were in that situation then, and when we did not have issues with them, we didn't say anything about it. We were happy that people were trying to help Joseph Aloba. So I see no reason why when there's a fallout and people start trying to cast aspersions, trying to make it like, now each talk the guidance, now make each grace, now I get tell them everything you do. Or because these people are going to court, or because these people are talking, they are hosting, doesn't mean that they are the one and calling the shots. How? They're not the family. they're just trying to help. So people don't get it twisted. And because Baba Mohbad doesn't talk to you again, or he doesn't pick your call, doesn't mean to be coming on social media and trying to incite the public against the man. It doesn't really make sense. We have a new speaker here, and that should be Saturday. Can go ahead, sir.
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome, sir.
My brother. Let me start from hope first. Our special caller, Baba Ishak. Thank you very much for your steadfast. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Yeye Bọ́bagúnwà. Ẹ kúrò lẹ́mà. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ kálẹ́. Uncle Gure. Mommy. Oh, Gajare. Erausa. Mommy Rich Grace. Àmì òróró Ọlọ́run á tún pọ̀ máa pọ̀ sí lórí yín mà. Ẹ ṣé gan. Yorùbá sọ pé wo to do that police will do. I'm saying this for the first time. I'm a product of the security service at a point in time before I throw in my towel. If the security want to do work, they will do the work. Investigation about Mohbad's death is a very, very, very minute work that's supposed to be done, but it has a reason, and that is why nothing was done. In fact, police, the result, that's I've forgotten what I will call it. What they delivered the other time, they shoot themselves at the leg using the word bleeding profusely, bleeding seriously, because they were just trying to look for a way and look for some grammar to just, qualify some things, and they used that. They did not know the weight of that, using the word bleeding profusely. You understand? It is so serious, and that is why this fight we are fighting, me, I have it in mind, is going to take a longer time. This present government that we have, as far as Lagos State is concerned, I will be sorry to say it, this is your platform, Honorable York, but they are very wicked set of government. But téèyàn bá ṣe nǹkan ní nǹkan, torí pé ọmọ bàbá Mohbad ló kú, ọmọ alọ́ba ló kú, lẹ́ni ló jẹ́ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó lè kàn wọ́n náà lọ́la, ó lè kàn wọ́n lọ́la. Kò sẹ́ni tí àwa náà tá à ń jà, tá à ń dúró, torí pé a fẹ́ kí ibi kó wọlẹ̀ ni. A fẹ́ kó padà ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹnì kankan láàrin gbogbo wa. A fẹ́ kírú ẹ̀ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́. Ló jẹ́ ká dúró ti bàbá lọ́ba. Ló jẹ́ ká máa sọ pé we must see the end of it. It's quite unfortunate that they allow it to continue, to go at this level. Because Mohbad máa rí justice, bàbá lọ́ba ó máa mọ ikú tí ó pa ọmọ ẹ̀. But it may not be tomorrow. It may not be tomorrow. Because àwọn tá à ń bá jà, gbogbo àwa tá a dúró tọkàntọkàn, tá a dúró ti bàbá lọ́ba, ẹ jẹ́ ká ní lọ́kàn. Ọlọ́run á fún wa ní agbára. Nǹkan tá a máa ná láti fi support bàbá Mohbad, Ọlọ́run á fi fún wa. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kó ní wá lára. We have a long way to go. Tí ọmọ tán ń pè ní Wùmí yẹn tó bá jẹ́ èèyàn dáa, tí ò bá ní nǹkan tó ń bò, tó bá fẹ́ lọ yàgbẹ́ gan, yóò gbé Liam wọnú yàgbẹ́, ilé yàgbẹ́. So yẹ kó máa lọ pátí kó ì máa fa Liam dání, because kò trust anybody, because of DNA, because of everything tó ń bò tí ò fẹ́ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn rí. At every point in time she's moving out with Liam, because she doesn't trust anybody, and she knows the genesis or the cause of the death of Mohbad is the cause of Liam. Liam is the cause. Ona mention now, ikú tó yẹ kí Liam kú, ó ní Mohbad gbà kú. So what are we not saying? There are a lot of things on ground tó yẹ kán ti fi prosecute Wunmi. Gbogbo àwọn tó wà nulẹ̀, do we see anybody? It will take a long time. Everything will come to limelight. Till today, they did not allow to even know anybody. Even whether the 15 people Wunmi mentioned, because she was the one that mentioned 15 people. Whether it is real or it is not real, who knows at the same time. Maybe they are just 5, they are just 6, they are just 7. But she mentioned 15. She was the only one that mentioned 15, that they are up to 15. I'm not sure Adura mentioned up to that level. But we are going to get to the end of it. Please, we have a long way to go. Let us be steadfast. I wasn't disappointed as far as the result is concerned. The last time I mentioned it here, I think Honorable York too mentioned, I was having, as at that day, probably 10%, maybe something better will come out. Because I know nothing good. It has been very long that Eniyansoro, has been doing a lot of things. To the extent that a lot of us never even trust Mr. Muiwa. But I was probably at a point in time thinking that Mr. Muiwa was a bit lousy, and probably he trusted Eniyansoro so much that he never checked what Eniyansoro was doing. Notwithstanding, this is not, a lot is expected, much is expected from Mr. Muiwa, but I would rather say he betrayed Babaloba. Well, he never betrayed Babaloba at the same time, he betrayed himself. because he was being entrusted with something, but he betrayed himself. All of us are here now. We are talking about it. That is just it. So let us stand firm. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé ká má béèrè báwọn ṣe náwó, but àwọn fẹ́ béèrè bí bàbá lọ́ba ṣe náwó tí wọ́n contribute fún. Ó kù wọn kú Ọlọ́run. Irú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀, èmi ò sọ o, irú nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí bàbá lọ́ba tí wọ́n fi ń sọ pé kó wá give account. Irú ẹ̀ náà yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn náà. Èmi ò ní kọ́ mẹ́ni kankan kú o, but irú ẹ̀ yóò ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn náà. Táwọn èèyàn náà dẹ̀ máa béèrè pé kan wá ṣe report bọ́n ṣe náwó. It's absurd. Nǹkan tó pààyàn lẹ́kún ni. But God is going to take control. Please, I want to stop and attend to something. I will still be around to say something. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, SSI0N. Thank you for that submission. Yeah. Yes, Alime, do you want to say something, or you should go again? Were you yes Alime, or you're not? Which one?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear you?
I got the parawa. Yeah. Actually, I'm hope. I just want to say some things concerning everything. Sherry, Eli is not on justice for Mohbad alone. It's about life generally. Tá bá ń gbé kòtò ọ̀tá, ẹ má jẹ́ ká gbin kó jinjù because family member yan, ó lè jẹ́ family member ẹni tó ń gbé kòtò gan ló máa lọ kó sí, ó lè jẹ́ ọ̀fẹ́ tó ń gbé kòtò gan ló máa lọ kó sí. Ibi tó bá ti ń wí pé o fẹ́ wí àwíjàre, o fẹ́ bà tèèyàn kan jẹ́, if care is not taken, tààrẹ ló máa stylishly bàjẹ́. Now mo fẹ́ fi